Hey, Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to the channel. Grab your hat, your jersey, and your favorite snack because today we're diving deep into one of the most exciting topics that's been buzzing around the Dallas Cowboys fanbase as we head into 2025, the team's offensive overhaul. That's right, folks. We're talking about how the Cowboys can fix their offense for just $21 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, not if you know the right moves to make. We all know that the Cowboys have a boatload of cap space, and with $54 million sitting pretty in their pocket, there's a lot of potential to make some serious noise in free agency. But here's the big question: what should they do with all that money? Should they target big-name stars, or do they go for smart, strategic signings to patch up the offense? Well, I'm about to break it all down for you, and trust me, it's going to get interesting. So, whether you're sipping your morning coffee, kicking back after work, or just hyped for the offseason, let's get into how Jerry Jones and the Cowboys can completely transform their offense for just $21 million. It's all possible, and we're about to show you how. Before we get into the specifics of which free agents the Cowboys should target, let's set the stage. We know that the Cowboys are in a great position financially, but there's more to the picture than just cap space. As of right now, the Cowboys have $54 million in cap space, which is more than enough to make some game-changing moves. But that's not all. There's another factor to consider: the youth movement. Right now, the Cowboys have 58 players on their 90-man offseason roster, and that means they have a lot of young talent with a ton of potential. Sure, some of those players are still developing, but that's where strategic moves come in. The Cowboys also have 10 draft picks coming their way in April, including 3 picks in the top 100. That's huge. But here's the kicker: trades. If we know one thing about Jerry Jones, it's that he's not afraid to pull the trigger on a trade for the right veteran. Just last year, the Cowboys acquired Brandon Cooks from the Houston Texans for just a 6th-round pick. So, expect a few trades to shake things up, but don't forget about free agency. We're about to explore some key positions where free agents could make a big difference. Let's start with the most important position: quarterback. Now, we all know that Dak Prescott is the undisputed leader of the Cowboys. He's got the skills, the leadership, and the mental toughness to take this team deep into the playoffs. But here's the thing: backup quarterbacks matter, especially if your starter gets injured. So what's the solution? You can't just go into 2025 with Will Grier and a day 3 rookie quarterback as your backups. That's a recipe for disaster if something were to happen to Dak. The Cowboys need a backup who can step in and run the offense without skipping a beat. Here's where the free agent market comes into play. Jameis Winston, yep, that's the guy you should be watching. Why Winston? Well, for one, he's proven that he can play at a high level in the NFL. Winston has a strong arm, experience, and a pretty solid track record. Last season, after stepping in for Deshaun Watson in Cleveland, he showed that he still has plenty left in the tank. Now, imagine a scenario where Jameis Winston is signed to a 2-year, $12 million contract. A $6 million signing bonus would make him an affordable option for the Cowboys, with a reasonable cap hit of just $4 million in 2025. This is a steal, folks, especially when you consider the experience Winston brings to the table. He would be the perfect insurance policy for Dak Prescott. So, don't sleep on this potential signing. It could end up being a game changer for the Cowboys. Next up, we've got the running back position. Let's face it, the Cowboys' offense revolves around Tony Pollard. He's the clear R-bone, but as we've seen in the NFL, injuries happen, and you need a reliable backup who can step in when needed. Here's where the San Francisco 49ers' own Jordan Mason comes into play. Now, Mason is a young back with tremendous upside. He showed flashes of brilliance when he got playing time with the 49ers, and if the Cowboys can lock him down, they could have a reliable RB2 without breaking the bank. Mason is expected to be a restricted free agent, meaning the Cowboys could swoop in and offer him a 2-year, $7 million deal with a $2 million signing bonus. This would bring his cap hit to just $2.2 million for 2025. Talk about a low-risk, high-reward signing. Imagine pairing Pollard with a guy who has the strength, speed, and vision to complement him perfectly. Mason could become the ideal backup or even push for a larger role down the line. If the Cowboys want to shore up their running back core without breaking the bank, this is the move to make. Now let's move on to wide receiver. The Cowboys already have CeeDee Lamb, who's undoubtedly the WR1 and one of the top receivers in the league. But if this offense is going to take the next step, they need another reliable target opposite Lamb. Darius Slayton could be the perfect solution. Darius Slayton has had to deal with some less than ideal quarterback play in New York, but he's still managed to show what he can do with the right situation. He's a speedster with the ability to stretch the field, something the Cowboys desperately need to open up more space for Lamb. The Cowboys should target Slayton with a 3-year, $39 million contract, with a $10 million signing bonus. This would make his cap hit for 2025 just $4.2 million, a reasonable price for a reliable W2. This is the kind of signing that could make the difference between a good offense and a great one. But wait, there's more. Kevontae Turpin is another intriguing option for the Cowboys. He's been a dynamic returner and has shown that he can contribute in a variety of ways. Signing Turpin to a 3-year deal with a $4 million signing bonus would keep his cap hit at just $2 million in 2025, another bargain. And don't forget about Michael Gallup. He's coming off a rough few seasons, but if the Cowboys give him a 1-year, $1.5 million contract with a $200,000 signing bonus, it could be a low-risk, high-reward move. If Gallup can return to form, he could be the steal of the offseason. Alright, let's talk about tight end. The Cowboys have some solid options with Jake Ferguson and Luke Schoonmaker, but if we're being honest, the tight end market is a bit dry this year. Instead of overpaying for an aging veteran, the Cowboys should let Ferguson and Schoonmaker continue to develop and see where they stand. However, if an opportunity presents itself, maybe a trade for Mark Andrews from Baltimore, it could be worth considering. But as it stands, the Cowboys should focus on the positions that need the most attention: wide receiver and offensive line. And finally, we can't talk about fixing the offense without discussing the offensive line. The Cowboys have one of the best O-lines in the league, but with Zach Martin getting up there in age, it's time to start thinking about the future. One of the best moves the Cowboys could make is signing James Daniels, a versatile guard with solid blocking skills. A 3-year, $22 million deal with a $7.5 million signing bonus would give Daniels a cap hit of just $3.7 million in 2025, and he could eventually replace Martin at right guard. Additionally, the Cowboys should consider bringing in Kelvin Beachum as a swing tackle. Beachum is a veteran who can step in and contribute at a high level, even if he's not a starter. A 1-year, $3.5 million deal would provide the Cowboys with solid depth on the line. There you have it, folks. With these strategic free agent signings, the Cowboys could turn their offense from a team with holes into a well-rounded, playoff contending unit. By signing Jameis Winston as a backup QB, adding Jordan Mason as a potential RB2, strengthening the wide receiver core with Darius Slayton and Kevontae Turpin, and bolstering the offensive line with James Daniels and Kelvin Beachum, the Cowboys would set themselves up for success in 2025. But this is just the beginning. The NFL draft and potential trades will play a massive role in shaping the future of this team. Jerry Jones is always full of surprises, so expect the unexpected. Thanks for tuning in today, Cowboys Nation. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on all things Dallas Cowboys.